Okay, here on the table I've got a Saito, customer Saito FA-100 engine. Steve, this is your engine. This is the engine that I just did a quick run video of that was leaking excessively from the front bearing. So we are going to begin the disassembly process of this engine. And of course I picked now to do this when the mowers are outside of the apartment complex running their mowers. And it's pretty warm out, so I'm not going to close the windows, or it's warm in this apartment. So we're just going to have to deal with the sound for a little bit. And of course, the mower's still, for some reason, sent Sasha into the closet, even though she knows she's safe. Not quite sure why she's so afraid of the sound at this point. So this is going to be a complete teardown. I may not be removing the valves from the head based on what the top of the piston looks like and what the underside of the head looks like. If everything looks really nice under there, then I'm not going to bother with doing that. I try to minimize that whenever possible. Here's the inside. I don't know if I showed that already or not. This will get cleaned in the ultrasonic also. Let's remove these rocker covers next. I'm doing this video basically as a part of the services I offer for customers. If they choose to have the disassembly and inspection video made, then that's what they get, and I'll post those videos. Sometimes if a customer doesn't want that option, then I don't do that. Many times I will still make a video, but I just won't post it because the video also serves as evidence for me and help me understand and remember what I found on certain engines. So there's numerous reasons. It just seems sometimes it's much easier, since I have a channel, it's much easier just to make a video than it would be to take images. In the old days, before my YouTube channel, when I would service engines for people, what I would do is I would just take pictures. That got to be very time consuming, so I'd have to stop what I'm doing to take a picture. And much easier, I can just freeze frame a video if I stop my hands long enough to actually look at something, but I don't normally do that unless there's actually something to look at. When I was doing the pictures for people, I would take pictures of everything so that they would have a good comprehensive set of images to see what the internals of their engines look like, how they could maybe possibly improve their care for them and things like that, or what the condition was. Because many times engines are purchased and they're used, and a lot of times people just buy a used engine, just put fuel in it and go fly, and they don't have a clue what the actual condition of the engine is. And then when something goes wrong, they may think that they were the cause of it, when in reality the reason was already within the engine and could have been remedied and or eliminated from happening to begin with, had a disassembly been taken place at that time. Okay, so here we go. Now this pushrod seal here. Wow, why does I might have to really do some adjusting on the color and stuff here, because my hands look beet red. I don't know what the deal is with the lighting here, but this cover here is broken. Is compromised. hopefully these other seals will come off. I'll mess with those in a bit. Let's look at the top of the piston of this thing. There's our mark denoting forward facing. Oh, this is a pretty clean looking engine here. This looks really nice. Let's take these Teflon retainers out, put them in a safe spot. We don't want to lose those. It seems like those things are becoming very difficult to find. So this will get put in the ultrasonic cleaner, but I'm not going to take the piston pin out. I don't believe there's a need for that. It feels really loose and good there. Let's see.
Oh yeah, I'm not going to be dropping the valves on this. See if the camera will not want to focus on the flashlight and focus in there.
Could just set it to a point, single point. Anyway, the bottom line is that looks good. I'm not going to bother removing the rocker arms yet. That won't have to take place until I get this engine ready to reassemble. So it's the kicker with these pushrod seals here on the engine is if you can get them to turn, they normally come off fine, but yeah. So both of those are okay. So I want to see if I can pull this intake, tap it out. I was really hoping I could just pull that thing out, because that Saito FA-82A engine that I've got, I'm really hoping that I can just pull that intake, tap it out. Like this, so I can verify the timing of the engine, because if I can't get that tap it out, there's really no way for me to verify the timing of that engine. So I was hoping to try it with this one and see. I'm not having any luck there, which kind of sucks. I'd really like to be able to check the timing. And what I would do to verify the timing of that engine is I'd pull the tappet out, stick my tool in there, rotate the crankshaft until the tool drops into the hole, and then just check and see if I went top dead center.
It would be easy enough to see.
The lighting just really sucks on here. I'm gonna have to really do some serious editing here. You'd be able to see if the piston or the crankshaft is at top dead center. Wow. Oh man. These are tight. There we go. For this particular engine, it'll be interesting to see if A, if the front bearing is the correct bearing, B, if it's a shielded bearing, or C, see if there's damage to the front housing or the bearing itself, because I have never seen a Saito engine that leaked like this. I mean, this thing started leaking as soon as the prop revolution started. It was just right there. It was leaking big time. Sometimes these gaskets, Saito gaskets, are usually pretty hardy. At least the older ones were, and they can withstand being reused if you're careful. Like that. I didn't happen to notice the one on the rear cover here. I've got screws and stuff in here. Let's see if I can get this one off gently. And the only reason I do this gently is because typically a customer will want all new gaskets. But hey, if I can get gaskets off like this, yeah, see this one's broken out there. I would keep them for myself and put them on one of my engines because I don't really care. Okay, so we're to the point now of getting this puller on here and getting this drive hub off. This is always one of the most fun parts of this whole operation. And I say that in a loving way. I really don't care for this. But once you get the jaws cut out, see the jaws,
I've got the jaws cut out, ground out here so that there's
really nice engagement here. So let's put some tension on this. Make sure I've got good engagement before I start cranking anymore. And what I like to do on this is put a lot of tension on it and then heat it up and just watch it pop off. So I'm gonna go grab my heat gun and put this vise up here as a little bit of a heat shield. Protect my table. Because I think sometimes it's a little more dramatic. You know what I didn't do? I usually put a little bit of oil in there, but I mean, I just ran this engine so but it always helps a little bit if you put just a tad bit of oil in there where that joint is. So what's going to happen here is this is going to heat up, and then you're just going to hear a click and a snap, and it might just fly apart. Like that. And that's how that's supposed to work. I love it when a plan comes together. Now, unfortunately, I probably didn't heat it up enough to get these bearings out, so I'm going to have to heat it up again anyway. Okay, so we got it here. Look. Something doesn't look right with this bearing, first of all. It's not fully shielded. It's either in backwards. It's just not right. So that bearing, whoever installed bearings in this engine just didn't put the right bearing in there. Right meaning correct style. The size is probably correct. But the style is not correct. You should always have rubber sealed bearings in the front of an engine. Always. See if that's enough. There's our drive collet crankshaft. Looks beautiful. Bearing, rear bearing didn't come out. Collet. Okay, let's get this front bearing out. Got a drive here. Wow, that bearing just looks messed up. I mean, it just doesn't look right at all. Yeah, look at this bearing. This is just totally, well, that's not going to be a very good way to show it. Totally the wrong kind of bearing. Totally open on this side, and it's got some kind of plastic retainer. So it's just not the right. God, this lighting, I don't understand why it seems like I've got the same lights in here all the time, and yet there's really nothing that's different, but yet the lighting looks like crap today. Alright, let's see if we can get an edge on this rear bearing here. Okay, yeah, we can. Get the edge of the bearing there. Yeah. figures it goes down like that. Okay, so we've solved the bearing leakage issue now. See, somebody's been in this engine and now this one's okay. I mean, this is fine to have an open shield bearing in the rear. You want that with this plastic retainer, so that's fine, but it certainly is not fine for the front bearing. So whatever person put these bearings in this engine just really didn't have a clue. So there you go. Now it's time for this engine to hit the ultrasonic cleaner, get cleaned up, and see if I've got a set of bearings on hand. If not, I need to order some, and then we'll put this thing back together.